How nice has this offseason been, not having to worry about an injury and just really focusing on what you need to get done?
It's been great. Yeah, everything's been really smooth and pumped to be back here.
And congratulations on all the happenings.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Super excited.
Christian, can you just take us through how are you feeling and just how has the recovery been, not only from, what bothered you early in the year, but also late in the year?
I'm feeling great. Yeah, I mean, it's been such a smooth process, a lot of hard work. As soon as that injury happened in Buffalo, that was my goal, was to not miss a day of OTAs, be back ready to go with nothing hindering me, and that's where I'm at.
About when did your knee feel normal?
It went by pretty quickly. I don't remember the exact date, but I got to a point pretty early in the offseason where I was training full speed, ready to go.
Christian, this business is so, teams change every year, but it seems like this offseason was pretty extreme in the amount of guys you lost. What was it like sitting back watching all that?
It happens every year. I think it's always tough watching guys that you love and respect go on to other teams, but at the same time, that's the business of this league, and I think everybody in our locker room is pretty familiar with it. So you just, onward, continue to grow as a team, grow as a unit, and bring in the new guys that we get in and have them, try to get up to speed as quick as possible.
Christian, curious to know how the vibe is with you guys, being that you guys have now kind of come together today. GM John Lynch saying that everybody pretty much was here today. How good does it feel to have everybody kind of show up, or most of everybody show up here today?
Feels great. It's such a good turnout. It was great energy on the field, in the weight room, and meetings. So hopefully we can continue that. But definitely exciting, and get those first day, a lot of first day juice. So that was a lot of fun.
What was your take? A lot of the focus this offseason, at least for us, is on Brock Purdy and his contract. He's here. What's the vibe around him? What have you guys said to Brock, and just how's he approaching everything?
No different. That's business is business. And that stuff we don't even talk about. We just continue going on as if he'll be our quarterback. And so for us, it's just about training, getting better as a team, gelling as a unit, and just continuing to grow.
What does that say about him as a leader, him coming in?
Says a lot about him. Yeah, no, it's definitely good to see him here and working as hard as he is.
What was your take on Isaac Guerendo's rookie season and just the evolution that he took last year?
I thought it was great. I thought, to watch how he grew throughout the season, a lot of times as a back, just getting the reps is so valuable. But, to see him in the meeting room and how he approaches the game, how hard he works and how good he wants to be, he's definitely somebody that pushes the pace in the room, and I'm excited for him this year.
Can you tell that he's got a background as a receiver, just how he, does the routes and practices there?
Well, I think he has such a great skill set, such a versatile skill set, and that's something that Bobby T's always harping, is be a complete back, and so it's a great room for him to be in.
When Isaac was drafted, he told us he was going to drive you crazy with questions. Has he done that? Has he utilized you as a resource?
Yeah, he definitely has. I think for me, though, it's a lot of times my answer is I'm getting coached, by the same guy you're getting coached by, and I learn just as much from Coach T in these meetings as they will, and they're being thrown so much information, and so sometimes more information as a back isn't always good, and so but I definitely give my 2 cents where I feel like it might be needed. But at the same time, it doesn't matter what year you're in as a running back, you learn from these guys too. They're coming off of college, and the game evolves and does different things, so you can learn a lot from them too.
Your single-mindedness in terms of your preparation and how you want to play is so well known. I'm curious whether these huge life events that you've had, you got married last year, now you got another one coming up. What does that change your perspective at all, or how do you fit that in?
Huge life events, obviously there's some big ones that have happened in my life, but those happen every year. It's just sometimes it's what people know about and what they don't, and I think that's, whether they're good or bad, I've had a lot happen in my career, and so it's the part of it where you have to, you're a professional, you come to work every day, you work really hard, and then when you get home, you're a husband, you're a soon-to-be father, you're a son, you're a friend, and to be able to separate those things, I think, is pretty important.
Christian, is there a different, and maybe it's too early to say, but like a different mentality? I mean, for several years, you guys have had a bullseye, like Super Bowl contender, favorite. Now, because of all the guys that have left, I think a lot of people around the league probably view you guys a little differently. I mean, can you get a sense of the vibe? Is there a different like mentality of like, you know, I'll bring a show down?
Yeah, I like that mentality that we have, and I kind of like the narrative going around because, you know, those the kind of stuff where you can prove them right or prove them wrong, and I think we got a committed team and a team that's ready to gel together and realize that it's going to take all of us, and that's how it should be showing up, you know, and so I'm excited about that.
Is there like more mentally and emotionally refreshed this offseason as opposed to since last year went so late and the Super Bowl loss, and now it's a different approach?
Yeah. Yes.
Couple more?
Do you feel that way personally? Like you come off an injury, and people say, you know, as you get older as a running back, does that get into your mind that you're like, okay, I'll prove him again?
You know, really for me, it's about just proving myself right. You know, I've been here before. I've been counted out a lot of times in my life, and so it's, you know, when I start to focus on just outside voices, you know, I lose control of my own life, and so I know what to do. I know what it takes. I know how I'm supposed to feel in order to be, you know, the best me I can be, and just happy I feel like that right now.
What excites you or makes you more nervous about being an expecting father?
I don't know. I mean, I've asked so many different people different questions, and I think everybody has their own experience. So I'm trying to prepare as much as I can, but then just go along for the ride. I'm lucky. My wife's been a trooper all off season. She's been making it look easy, and I know it's not. So, but I couldn't be more excited.
Christian, just to clarify, I think you implied this, but just to be sure, your expectation is that when you guys do on-field 11-on-11 stuff, you have no restrictions?
Correct. Yeah, I have no restrictions right now. Yeah.
Good. All right.
Thanks, guys. By the way, Pete told me this was on camera, so I walked in with no shoes. Thanks, guys.